If I told you, whenever I step into the market, I get freezed. I can't decide that here I have to make an entry. Even though I have decided that this is the point where I am going to make an entry, where I had planned all the way up to the down to the up. But still, I am not able to make an entry. Why exactly this happens? All these emotions only leads to a single point, a single origin, which said you are not ready. Why you are not ready? Because you haven't planned the outcomes. First, let's understand it through an example. I will give you two scenarios. In first scenario, you went for a trail in the mountains and you are alone. And you don't know any direction, you don't know anything about the mountains, and this is your first time. What will happen? Definitely you will get nervous, right? But in the second scenario, you are going for a trail in the same mountain and this is your first time, but at this time you are going with a guide who will guide you, who knows the mountains from top to down. So in scenario first, your brain will start bombarding with you with a negative emotion, because we have a primitive mind. Subconsciously he will try to protect you and start giving you a negative signals. But in second scenario, when you know the outcome, that here is the man, here is the guide who will guide me, so you don't get nervous, because somewhere somehow you know that I am safe right now. So exactly this thing happens when you decide, when you know the outcome, when you know that if this happen, then the chances is very high that this will happen. So you have to set a narrative before step into the market. So before stepping into the market, you have to know the narratives. You have to plot your storyline. You have to plot with the market that yes, this is my level, this is my range where I am going to trade, and if the price is giving me this signal, then I will do this. If the price is giving me a lower signal, then I will going to sell the market. That's it. You don't have to make anything, and you have to make sure that yes, if this happened, then definitely I am going to do this. Otherwise you will be always moving into the same loop again and again and again. So let's start the video. So let's jump into the chart, and here we will start with the week chart. Week chart, from on weekly chart we will draw our range first, and then after we will go more deeper through different time and through different time frame, and we will decide where I have to make an entry, what will happen that I will do this, what would happen if I do this. So first we will do selecting the range on the weekly chart. So here you can see that the price, this is the high, right? So I will draw a horizontal line at this point, and where is the low of this? So this is the low. Now this is the low we have, right? Now we will see a demand or supply zone near the highs and lows. So you can see that the price already in a supply zone, right? This is the supply zone on weekly. this is the supply zone on weekly chart, right? This is a supply zone on weekly chart, and we have a demand zone near the low, right? This is our demand zone. By looking at this level, we can say that the price is just between the supply and the demand zone, right? Just between the demand and supply zone. Now price is continuously giving me a rejection here, right? Completely giving me a rejection. So here we cannot decide at what exactly going to happen. So we will delete the demand and supply for this period of time, because we are going to plan for a intraday. Now this is our high, this is our low. Now diving more deeper, we are going to jump to the daily chart, and on daily chart we can see that the price is in downtrend for a smaller period, right? From December it is in downtrend. You can see that the price is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. But this is the first time that the price was not able to make a lower lows, right? This is the first time that the price is not able to make a lower lows. So here we can see that we have a conclusion that yes, there may be somehow somewhere that the buyers are trying to dominate the market. But this is not just enough for us. We need more deeper, we need more filter price action. So for that we have to jump into the more lower level time frame. So from this daily chart we are going to jump or dive into a 125-minute chart. So on 125-minute we can see that the price is continuously making what? Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. But here he failed to make an entry. Here he failed to make a lower lows. So we will plan according to this. Now first अगर मैं इसे delete कर दूं, and now you can see that here is a supply zone, right? Here is a small supply zone. Here is a small supply zone, and one supply zone is here. But in these two supply zone, the supply zone first, let's say we will say this one first, let's make it black for more visibility, and this one is second zone. So from these zones you can see that the first zone and the second zone, now you will get confused यार कि मैं entry लूँ कहाँ, where I have to make an entry, where I have to plan for the entry. See that if you see that here the price, this zone had given me a closing below this level, and this level, right? Below all these levels, price had just, this supply zone had eaten all these levels zone, right? You can see all these zones are eaten by this single zone. So this zone is more stronger than this, because he tried to push the price downside, but he failed. The sellers were failed at this level. So I will not go for the second zone. Now we know that the price, it is a very high chances that the price will move to the upper side, but this is not enough for us. We need more refined, we need more filtered price action. So for more filtered price action, what we have to do, we have to dive deeper. For deeper dive, we have to go to the lower time frame. So from 125 minute, we will go for a 5-minute chart. Let's go for a 5-minute chart. Now we have all the levels. We had drawn all the levels. Now we will make it more clear and make it more filter. Now price is continuously making, in the last trading session price was doing what? You can see that the price was continuously moving in a up direction, but here the price give us lower lows, this at this level lower lows, but after that the price is continuously moving in a upward direction. So what is the conclusion, that what conclusion you would get? On Monday, if the price, like today is this is the last session, right, or Friday. So on Monday, if the price somehow opens above these level, then I will go for a at least next supply zone, up to the next supply zone. अब नेक्स्ट सप्लाई जोन अगर आप देखोगे तो ये सारे के सारे टेस्टेड है. ये देखो, ये टेस्टेड है, प्राइस ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे है. ये एक लेवल है जो कि कुछ ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है. दिस इज़ नॉट दैट मच स्ट्रॉन्गर. आई हैड ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू ऑन अ हायर टाइम फ्रेम दैट इफ़ दिस लेवल इज़ स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ, then he would have give us closing below the previous swing, but he failed it and price made a higher lows. So this, at this level, I am not 100% sure that the price will give us a, or price will try to hold the market, or the price will get reversed from this point, right, which is 26,043 rupees. So it is very less probability that the price will move from this direction to the lower side. So for a nice and a better, so if the price gives us closing above this level, which is 25,988, and price will try to hold the market, then I will go for a buy side, and my target will be at least, if on 5-minute time frame, we will see that here is a smaller supply zone. Here we have a smaller supply zone which has a good closing, first candle before the impulsive candle, which I take usually, and here this is our first target. Okay, now we had planned for a upside. Now we will delete all these higher time frame zones. So this is our target, which is about which is about 115 rupees of target, right? Now what happen if the price unable to give us closing above this level, which is 25,977, because we are making a storyline that if the price do this, I will do this. But what happen if the price gives us closing below this level? Like if the price opens, so you can see that the price, this level is already been tested at this point, right? At this point price is already been tested, and this level is also been tested. Okay, if price failed to make a, if price unable to hold above this level, and if price, let's say price start making like price gap up, opens gap ups, and then after price do this, and if price unable to make a higher highs or higher lows and gives us closing below this level, below this swings low, then definitely we will go for a lower side. This at least, and this is our, at least this would be our target, which is 113 rupees, which is good enough for our intraday. We can also go for a 158 rupees of target, which is 25,822 rupees. Why I took this level? Because we can see that the here a price gap, and you know that the most of the time whenever the price gives us a gap up, then price came back, वो वापस से आता है, retest करके आता है to try to fill the gap. So it could also be happen that this would be possibly, because stock market is all about possibilities and chances. So what we have concluded from daily chart, we have already concluded that the price was unable to make lower lows, which giving us a signal that the price may give us a higher side move. We had made a levels at the higher side and a lower side both. Now that and after that we jump into the 125-minute chart, where we had seen that the price was continuously moving in a lower direction, giving us lower highs, and lower lows. But here price failed to make a lower lows, and this level, which is just above previous week, which is 25,988 rupees, which is not strong enough to hold the price. And now the price will try to move at least up to 26,130 rupees. And for the more precise, we jump into the 5-minute chart. On 5-minute chart we see that the price is continuously giving us a low on a lower time frame, showing us that the price is continuously testing demand zones and moving in an upward direction. And below that level, every price levels were already been tested. And if the price gives us closing above the 25,990 rupees and try to hold the market, then definitely we will go for a upside, which is 26,112 rupees. And if the price were unable to hold the to the upper side, then definitely we will go for a lower side, and which is about 25,824 rupees, because we have a gap here and price may fill the gap. So here we have made our storyline that if this happen, then I will do this, and if this happen, then I will do this. This is exactly what we have to do, and this will give us more confidence, because you already know the outcome, that yes, if because you know that the price has only two to three direction. Either the price will go in an upward direction, either price will give us reversal from downside or upside, or other price will go directly into the downside. We have only three direction, and we had already planned that the price may move in an upward direction, may move in a downward direction, if it gives us a closing where we want, but with a strength, Remember, with a strength, if the price gives us closing above 25,989 rupees with a strong candle and start giving us break of a structure, like the price moves up, opens up, like the price here, price goes up, he already given closing above. Now like the price opens gap up, then comes down, and again here he make a, and then he gives us closing. Here he gives us closing, which is break of structure. Here he given us a structural break. At this point we have to decide that yes, what we had planned, that the price is already sustained above this level. Now we will go for a upside. But if he failed to go upside, if he failed to break the structure, then definitely we will go for a downside. This is exactly we have to plan. This is exactly what we have to plan while making our trade, while deciding our trade, while going through the chart before the market hour. So if you learned anything from this video, then like and subscribe my video. It will be very grateful for me.